Basically, we have two types of companies, right? We have a software service-based company and product-based companies. Do we have a no, right? Okay. Yeah. So we have a two types of software companies. One is a service-based company and product-based company. So what is this? You know, right? Yeah. You know, right? Service-based company, how it works. Lekha, I think you also know, right? What is service-based company and product-based company?
Yes, I know.
So I'm ignoring that, okay?
Okay.
And do you have an idea on the types of clients? See, whenever you're working for a service-based company, you're working for some clients, right?
Yeah.
Any idea on the types of clients there?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically here two types of clients are there. So one is thin client and then thick client.
Okay.
What is this? Okay, see here. Client types, there is no concept in the product-based companies, okay? This is only in the service-based companies, okay?
Okay.
For example, you are working in a TCS company. So you're working at TCS company. Tata Consultancy Service, okay? You are a tester. So you're a tester here. So you are a functional automation tester. So now what do? You test the softwares, right? So TCS is a service-based company and it is working for the client. Let us take like JPMC. JPMC, okay? So JPMC. So JP Morgan, just okay? Yeah. So now, what is thin client? TCS is doing a service to JPMC. So TCS is a vendor to JPMC. JPMC is a client to TCS, right? Now, what type of client it is? JPMC, thin client. So we have two types of clients, thin client and then thick client. So two types of clients are there. Thin client, thick client. Now what is thin client? So whenever you join in TCS, you have an email ID, right? For example, lekha@tcs.com, right? Now, what is thin client? See, in TCS, you have a computer, right? So in this TCS premises, you have a computer. In this computer, you are working. So in this computer, you are working, right? No. The thin client, nothing but JPMC people will arrange a mission in their company side. Okay? JPMC people will arrange a computer from their environment. So from TCS computer, you are accessing this computer. So we are calling as a remote SVDs, okay? And all the softwares, requires hardware and hardware, software installations, everything will be installed in this mission. Requirement document in these missions, not in your computer. All softwares are installed in this computer, not in your TCS computer. Because security. And also, they will also create a username as email ID as lekha@jpmc.com. Very good, Mark. lekha@jpmc.com. Now, whenever you want to communicate with JPMC, you are not communicating with TCS.com. You are communicating with JPMC.com. And whenever you want to send any status to your client, and you prepared some test cases, you prepared some RTM, okay, and you prepared some Selenium test scripts. Now you are not communicating with this lekha@tcs.com. Every communication will happen with this lekha@jpms.com only. And all softwares will be installed in the customer client computers. You are not supposed to download any softwares in your computer. If you're doing like this, you will be fired because of security. If you're working like that, then those clients we're calling as a thin clients. So thin client is a client working in the client computers in their environment. So in their environment, they will arrange a machine from your computer. You are connected to the client computer, okay, and then everything installed by in this. And whenever you want to store, you want to install any software, you are not requesting to TCS network. You are requesting to the JPM's network team, because the TCS network team doesn't have a restrictions. I mean, they don't have permissions to install this. So this is handled by JPMC team. So this environment we're calling it a thin client. Thin client. So you're working in your company only, but you're accessing with the client environments. Suppose you are working for Tosca. Tosca JPMs will buy, not TCS. You are working for a Jira or ALM or UFT, any licensed versions you are using, okay? JPMs will buy. Why? After project, who is going to use JPMs only, right? TCS is not using, because after the completion of project, we are sending all the documents to JPMC. And any test scripts are prepared in Tosca or any other tool, they have to execute, right? So they will buy the license. So you're using client environment, means hardware, software, everything, client only. So that we are calling as a thin client. Okay, and then thick client. There is no concept. There is no this concept. The concept ఉండదు. So everything you are working under your company environment only. So you are using company's license softwares, company's machines. If you're working like that, then that is what calling a thick client. So medium level projects. So banking, insurance, telecom, like that, big projects are there, right? So they will maintain some security like this. Here, thin and thick client. So thin client means what, sir? Working in your company, but using client environments like software and hardware. Thin client. Thick client means what, sir? Working in your company and you are using a company environment itself. So thick clients. So thin clients are more security. So now they will create separate email ID, and we're communicating with that only, not with your company emails. Okay, that is about the thin and thick clients. Now, types of projects. Types of projects. Suppose you're working for the JPMC client for one application project. Then what types of projects are there? Okay, so we have two types of projects are there. Fixed bid, non-fixed bid project. So whenever you're working in a company for a project, for a service-based company, we have two types of projects: fixed bid, non-fixed bid projects. So what is the meaning of it is? Fixed bid ante need to complete the project on given deadlines. Client won't bother about resources. That is fixed bid project. Client is saying that I need a project in 8 months. 8 months. I need a project. These are my requirements. And I need a project in 8 months. How many resources you are appointing for this project? I'm not sure. I don't require also. I will give once a year. Whether you are maintaining with one resource or two resources, 100 resources, I don't know. But I need a project within 8 months. I will pay this money. Fixed time and a fixed project, fixed cost, fixed bid project. So what the meaning of it is? Fixed time, fixed cost. I need a project in 8 months. I will pay this much of amount. I'm not sure like how many resources you are going to appoint. I don't know. I don't require. But I need a project in 8 months. I will pay the once year amount. Then that we're calling as a fixed bid project. And non-fixed project in the sense, JPMC, I mean client will appoint, recruit resources in company, in service-based company, and client will pay hourly basis. But not sure how many days. So now JPMC is a client, TCS is a software company, TCS service-based company and doing a services to JPMC. So now JPMC wants some resources to work with their project from TCS. So JPMC will take the interviews for TCS developers and testers, and they're recruiting 2 developers, 2 testers. Okay. Now JPMC will pay the 2 developers or 2 testers cost to TCS. But the time is not fixed here. I'm not sure whether it is a 8 months project or 1 year project or 2 years of project or 3 years of project. Suddenly I will cancel my contract. That kind of projects we're calling as what? Non-fixed bid projects. Time is not fixed here. Only cost is fixed per hourly basis. Resources fixed, that's it. Are you getting my point, right? There are 2 types of projects, fixed bid project, non-fixed bid projects. So here what's it? Time is fixed, cost is fixed. But how many resources have to work? That is not required for the client. But here, how many resources are working and how many hours they are working, client will pay. Whether that continue for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, we don't know. So this is non-fixed bid projects. Okay. I worked 2 types of projects in my career. I worked 2 types of projects. Fixed bid project I worked and then non-fixed bid project I worked. And there are in non-fixed bid project, there is 2 types of resources, billable, non-billable resources. Any idea on the billable resource, non-billable resource? One else call is Caesar. Apart from subject I'm explaining, okay? Some real-time concepts I'm explaining, okay? 2 types of concepts are there. Whenever you're working for the non-fixed bid project, okay? Billable resource, non-billable resource. Billable resource, non-billable resource. And JPMC is saying to TCS that I need 2 testers, 2 dev, 2 developers, and 2 QA in the week. But JPMC is giving a 5 resource work. Actually, it is recruited only 2 developers, 2 testers, but JPMC is giving a 5 resource work. So what TCS will do, right? They won't, I mean, depends on their agreement. What TCS people will do, they will recruit 1 person here from TCS. Okay, 1 TCS person will join in this project. In this project, they will join. Okay, but he doesn't have any details set to JPMC. He will attend the calls. He will keep quiet. That's it. He won't say anything. He will give a status to these 4 guys, and these guys are explaining. And JPMC doesn't know that this person is working. Other than that, so this is non-billable resource. He is a non-billable resource. These 4 persons are billable resource. Means on these names, on these resource names, JPMC is paying to the client. Sorry, service-based company TCS. But JPMC is not paying the dollars to this person, but is working. So he is a shadow resource. Another name of it is what, sir? Shadow resource. Shadow resource and sir, NIDA. The company NIDA resource. So he doesn't know. JPM doesn't know about this resource. He will attend the calls. and he will give the status to these two persons, these four persons. These four persons update the status to the client. Non-billable resource or shadow resource. Okay. Two types of projects. What are those? Fixed bid, non-fixed bid project. In this, time is fixed, price is fixed. Client doesn't bother about the resource. I need a project in 8 months or 1 year, and I will pay this much of amount. How many resources you are maintaining? Your wish. I don't require. I don't take with that. But in non-fixed projects, sir, resources are fixed and dollars are fixed hourly basis. But how many days is the project continues? 1 year or 2 years or 3 years? I don't know. So 1 year contract, it may extend to 2 years. But it may ramp down less than 1 year, agreed time, maybe, may not be. So that is what, sir, non-fixed bid projects. Okay, and billable shadow resource. Non-billable or shadow resource or billable resource. So you are working in the company for a client, and client paying the money to your company on your working billable. But client doesn't know about this person, shadow resources. For 2 months, I worked for the shadow resource in my experience. So remaining all are, billable resource only. But this concept is only in service-based company, not in the product-based companies. Because in product-based company, you are the client. There is no client concept in the product-based company, only service-based company. Okay. Your life is secure in product-based company only, not in the service-based company. Okay. Why? See here, for example, this is a JPMC company. So JPMC, okay. Already 1,000 employees are there, consider. Already 1,000 employees are there. Okay. And these 1,000 employees are busy. Suddenly JPMC wants to develop a software. Now they want to develop a software. Then it may be a 1 year or 2 years. Okay. Now JPMC won't take a risk to appoint the resources in this. JPMC won't take any risk to recruit the resources. Because if JPMC is recruiting the resources, then you will be a permanent employee to JPMC. So JPMC doesn't have any authority to terminate you without any proper reasons. If no work, after 2 years, project completes, and if there is no project, JPMC has to pay the money, right? So that's the reason these kind of big companies, they won't take risk. What they will do, they will approach Accenture, they will approach Infosys, they will approach TCS like that. Okay, they will recruit those resources. Now they are working with them. Project completes, just cancel the project. So now there is no any resource risk here. Project completes, just we are ramped on the team, that's it. Project comes, again they will recruit. Project completes, that's it, stop, like that. Okay, so here I explained only 1,000 employees. But in my company, we have around 150,000 employees throughout world. So ours is a product-based company, banking domain. దాదాపు 150,000 members ఉన్నారు ఎంప్లాయీస్ త్రూఅవుట్ వరల్డ్. హైదరాబాద్లోనే దాదాపు 4 బిల్డింగ్లు, 800 to 9 members ఉంటారు హైదరాబాద్ IT city office. Okay. Now, so clear, sir, what is fixed bid and then non-fixed bid project, and then what is a thin client and thick client? For which client you are working currently? Mostly you can say thin client only, better. So your client type is what, sir? Thin client. అంటే మీరు కంపెనీలో వర్క్ చేస్తారు, బట్ యు ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఫర్ వాట్, సార్? యూజింగ్ క్లయింట్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్. You're using client environment, that we are calling as a thin client. Okay. Now, two types of projects, two types of clients, two types of billable and then shadow resource. Okay, right. In which environment you are testing? So we have different environments are there. Staging environment, pre-production, production. Now, the environment thing but a database. Okay, so staging are having one database. So staging of a database ఉంటుంది. Database, okay. Like a pre-production and then production. Software development and testing will be done in staging only. Okay, na? So 3 types of servers they will maintain. Whenever developer wants to develop any code, right? They're creating one environment. ఒక database create చేసుకొని ఒక server create చేసుకొని they will develop the program and they are storing their program in that environment only. Staging. Once development testing is over, they have to release that software to the market, right? Before entering into the market, they will verify in the pre-production. Because if they are delivering into the real-time environment, at final stage, if any defects are found, right, then end user will get impacted. So that's the reason they will go with another pre-production. Once again, development and testing is completed, they will install all the software in this environment, and here they will test the all high-level functionalities. So once it is done, then they will install in the production environment. For example, if any movie release, shooting part, right, that is staging. Shooting part, all are staging. Directly they are releasing into the market after shooting. What they will do? They will say like a pre-production work is going on. Pre-production database. So whether it's correctly shooted or not, any mistakes are there, again we have to do any reshooting. So all will be done in the pre-production environment. So these 3 different database will be prepared. Three different databases, environments, softwares, and like that. Okay. Whenever it is working, then they are going to release into the market. You are not supposed to work in production environment. Your client won't give any permissions to work on this because this is real-time data. Okay. Mostly service-based companies doesn't work on the production environment of your client. So JPMC projects are doing in Accenture. JPMC won't give any permissions to Accenture people to work on production environment. In JPMC also, only few papers will work on the production environment. And you are not supposed to testing on the production environment, because if you're testing means what, sir? You are adding, deleting, subtracting something you are doing, right, in application. So real functions may affected and real end users may affected. So whenever you are saying like, you sometimes you are getting some message from your banking, from tomorrow Sunday, morning 9 to 12, maintenance. What's the meaning of it is? They are upgrading your production environment. Okay, so they will close the services. I mean, that access the end user, they'll close it and then they will install in the production environment and then they will test it. Staging environment to testing, like we are spending 3 to 4, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months like that. But production environment just 2, 3 hours like both. Why? Production environment we are testing only the major functionalities, not all the functionalities. But staging, pre-production, all functionalities are testing. But pre-production environment, we are not testing all, only major. That I will explain in the future. What is major, like how can you identify the major like that, okay? So this is about the environments. So which environment we are testing, sir? Staging only. What is the meaning of staging? Generally in this environment is nothing but a location like where we maintain our software. So in this staging environment only, developers will develop the software and then we test the software. So production environment mostly you won't get an access because that is a real-time data, right? You may misuse. Suppose JPMC is recruiting Accenture to work on production environment. Then Accenture people can identify their account numbers, real-time users balance, right or wrong? So they won't agree to work on the production environment. Some core team will be there. Still, in my experience, I haven't worked on production environment till now. In my 15 years of experience, I haven't worked on the production environment. That is very headache concept. If anything goes wrong, right? Then you have to respond. what happened, whenever I was worked with the telecom mobile domain, by mistakenly, T-Mobile people shared production environment to us to test. So there is whenever we do any modifications, a email communication should send. Okay, so staging, instead of staging environment sharing, they shared the production environment. Okay, so we did the testing. So automatically some email sent to the real-time customers. Then immediately we got an SMS message. Then we did the RCA, why it is happening like that. So the miscommunication happened actually. So in my 15 years experience, that happened one time. So you have to take care like which environment you're working. So in my company, we are maintaining 4 environments. SIT1, SIT2, UAT1, UAT2, UAT3, UAT4. And then pre-pod 1, pre-pod 2, and then production. In my company. Separate environment, separate testing team is there. But small scale organizations, all are involving in all the environments. But big companies are having a big number of people. Like that, okay? Now. So now which environment you're testing, sir? Staging. So this is the first level of environment. So whenever any software is developing or testing, this is the first environment. So once it is working fine, then they are moving to pre-production. Again, they will test it. Now they're confirming, yes, it's working fine. Then they will move to production. But they will have a fixed plan. And the production testing will be happen only on holidays. Only on holidays. Why? Users, end users. And also maintenance message also you'll get only on Sundays. మీరు చెక్ చేసారో లేదో అదే midnight. So the end users are not working on that time. Midnight or holidays like that. Okay, this is about the environments. Now, staging, okay, environments. Right. Difference between developer and tester. This is. So what are understanding? Developer saying what's up? Total 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, but tester saying what's up? Then where is the mistake there? So this is the relation between developer and testers in software company every day. Because of the miscommunication, that's it. So if you are thinking about the developer side, 4, tester side 3A. Okay, so this is the way. So if you see the difference between developer and tester, for developer or tester, understanding the client requirements, testers also should understand the requirements. Right? Okay. So developers will develop the software as per the client requirements. And testers will test the software, whether working properly or not. Okay. And they use white box testing technique. We use black box testing technique. This is the chart chapter. What are the testing techniques are there? So we have a white box, black box, gray box. Okay. Developers are having a positive mind. We will have a negative mind only. Whenever you're testing an application with a positive mind, you won't find any mismatches. Okay. Suppose your developer is a friend. You are have a confidence on developer and you're testing, you won't find any mistakes. Okay. Friend testing ఏమంటారు సార్ పేకాటే అది అంటారు కదా సార్ సంథింగ్ సేమ్ అదే. Okay, so always you have to test the software with a negative mind. Okay. How many hours you are working per day? 9 hours. Your office timing will be 9 hours, 6 to 9, 10 to 7, 11 to 8, 12 to 9, like that, okay? 1 hour lunch. So 8 hours. 8 hours you are doing a testing duty. 8 hours. Per day, 8 hours. Per month, how many days you will go to office? 20. Average 20 days. 4 weeks, right? 4 into 2. 8 days you are not going. So 20 to 20 days. Because 1 day leave or 1 day sick leave, like that, okay? 20 days is compulsory. 20 into 8 hours. 160 hours per month negatively thinking. Right or wrong? We will calculate. 160 into 12 months. 19 hours 20, sorry, 1920, 1920 hours you are thinking negatively for a year. I work for 15 years. So 28,800 hours thought is a negative part. So your real-time life also will be impacting. So whenever you want to start any work, right? First of all, you're thinking only negatively. First of all, you're thinking about negative only. So you won't get a positive mind because you're tester. 9 hours, 8 hours thinking about negative mind only. So if I do any work in my real time also, always I think about negative only. If it happened like this, what we'll do? If that like that happened, then what can we do? Okay, everything, every time, my wife scold me compulsory. My wife and my mother. Why are thinking like that? ఎప్పుడు నెగిటివ్ మైండ్ నీకు ఎందుకంటే ఆలోచిస్తావు అని తిడతారు ఇద్దరు. Because your life is changing totally. Okay. So, but there is no option. If you are testing your application with the positive mind, you won't find any mismatches. You have to test your application with the negative mind only. There is a defect. It is not working properly. It is not working. There is a defect. I have to identify. Then only will find mismatches, issues. Clear? Programming knowledge is required here. To whom, sir? Developer. Testers, programming knowledge is optional. If you are working as a manual tester, no programming. But whenever you do automation testing, compulsory programming. Okay. Developers try to develop the software. Tester tries to break the software. So developers are proving that it is working. But testers are proving that it is not working. This is the way how we have to work. Clear? So what is the characteristics of a software tester? Test to break attitude. So you have proved that software is not working. If it's working fine, then why you are requiring? Come on, sir. Your duty is to find the mismatches. And ability to take the point of view of the customers. Always think about the customer, not the developers. Then mismatch kanukunte developer emana feel aitadayemo. Come on, sir. I'm finding some mismatches from his program code. Will developer feel aitadayemo papam? Atlante aloచింchakoodu. Think about customer side. Lekha, is it fine?
Yeah, yes.
A strong desire for quality. Always you have to think about the quality only. An ability to communicate with the both technical and non-technical customers. So whenever you found any mismatches, right? You have to explain that mismatches to developer, technical persons and customers, non-technical persons. So you should have a communication skills also. Sir, I don't have a communication skills, sir. Then what do you do, sir? Every day read a DC paper. Deccan Chronicle only. Don't go for Hindu paper. Hindu paper lo I language untadi kodiga. Learn Deccan Chronicle paper, DC. Sunday, buy a paper because we'll get more pages, right? Sunday. Sunday to Saturday. Every day one page. Read with your eyes. No, read with your mouth. Then automatically your tongue will rotate. Okay. It will improve your communication skills. It is not required to join spoken English classes. Not required. It won't. It is waste actually. Read that paper and how to use the verbs. Present tense, past tense, future tense. If you know these 3 sentences, enough. Okay. So I am also from Telugu medium background only. In degree also I wrote exams in Telugu only. In basic computers, maths computers I wrote in English only. There is no option. But physics, Telugu only. So after speaking, a little bit improved. Okay. Watch English movies. It will improve your communication skills. Okay. Now this is what are my responsibilities? If you are a function tester, then what are my responsibilities? Then what are my BAU? Business as usual. What are my day-to-day activities? What are the responsibilities I have to showcase in your resumes? This is important. QA engineer responsibilities. QA stand for quality analyst. Okay. See here. Analyzing the requirement from the client. So whenever you are received any documents, right? Requirement documents, you have to analyze and understand the requirement document. Okay. Understanding the business document, HLD and LLDs. This will come in future. This will come in future. Okay. Participating in okay. What I will do is I will give a general. See here. You have responsibilities. Okay. Understanding application or software requirement documents like FRS, SRS, UI spec, user inter specification, software requirement specification, functional requirement specifications, like this. So we have a different names are there. All are same. Yeah. Business requirement specifications. All are same. Understanding software requirement documents. You will get the document in the different names. Maybe FRS, maybe SRS, maybe UI spec like that. Okay. Now. Understanding software testing plan. Okay, testing plan. Every project testing should have a proper plan. That plan we're calling a testing plan. So you are working as per this plan only. Whenever you join in this project, this course, right? You have proper plan, right? In that plan only we are working. Every day, 11:30 class, 1 hour session. From next Monday to 10:30. Not from next Monday, tomorrow onwards. 10:30, fine, right? Where are you coming? Kukatpalli, right? Kukatpalli, ikkade kada. Tomorrow 10:30. Fine kada? Working already? There kada. 10:30. You have any idea on testing tools earlier? అందుకని 10:30. సార్ కూడా ఐడియా ఉంది, సార్ కూడా అది రిక్వెస్ట్ చేశారు, మేడం కూడా అదే రిక్వెస్ట్ చేశారు. 10:30కి ఇస్తాం, రేపు 10:30. ఓకే. Now only 3-4 classes are completed only. Only 3-4 chapters completed. I will give a backup for that one day. Okay. Yes. Understanding software testing plan. Next. Preparing, understanding RTM document. Understanding RTM document. Requirement traceability matrix document. Requirement traceability matrix. What is this? We'll see in STLC process. STLC. Should I explain, right? STTT. SDLC software development life cycle. STLC software testing life cycle. So development life cycle explain development and testing. STLC explains only testing. SDLC like a part. Okay. So understanding RTM document. Requirement traceability matrix. So this we will do in a STLC phase actually. This will create in our project. So first we complete all the manual theory, and then we will do the test plan document, RTM document in real-time concepts. Practicals we will see in future. Okay. Understanding RTM document. If you are a senior person, like 4 5 years experience, you are preparing RTM document. So you are not understanding. Your responsibility is to prepare. Having a 1 year experience or 2 years experience, so freshers, they are understanding only. If you are a senior person, I am responsible for test plan. So whenever any project starts, right, I prepare test plan document. Like that, okay? Fourth one. Preparing test cases for identified scenarios. Is a major task. Every testers are involving. If you're a fresher or experienced, whatever it may be, every tester should involve in this. What is that? Preparing test cases for identified scenarios. What is test case? What is scenario? How to create test cases? Preparing and creating an update. Preparing or creating a test cases for identified scenarios. Okay. This is your major role. The major role of your tester is creating a test cases. Okay. Next, after creating a test cases, involving in test case reviews. Whether the test cases created correctly or not. I involve myself. The test case I wrote, right? Myself I review, self-review. So you are also created some test cases. Now you are reviewing my test cases. I am reviewing your test cases. Peer reviews. Once review is completed, all the test cases sent to client for approval. So this part we are calling as what's the test cases reviews. Next, involving in sanity testing, functional testing, retesting, regression testing, smoke testing, and user acceptance test. Don't change the order. This order won't be changed. Same order. So what's the first one?
Sanity testing, first smoke testing.
Some companies sanity smoke sanity. కొన్ని కంపెనీలో sanity smoke అంటారు, smoke sanity అంటారు. But generally sanity and then last smoke. Before UAT smoke. Before functionality sanity. Stability.
Smoke testing initial base
కొన్ని కంపెనీలో టర్మినాలిటీ అటు ఇటు అవుతుంది అంతే. ఏదైనా సరే ఫంక్షనల్ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే ముందు వీ డూ స్టెబిలిటీ, అప్లికేషన్ స్టెబిలిటీ ఉందా లేదా దాన్ని సానిటీ అంటారు. ఇక్కడ కూడా స్టెబిలిటీ బట్ బిఫోర్ యూఐటి. దిస్ ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ వాట్ ఈస్ స్మోక్, వాట్ ఈస్ సానిటీ, వాట్ ఈస్ ఫంక్షనల్. దిస్ ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్. బట్ వీఆర్ నాట్ సపోజ్ టు చేంజ్ ద ఆర్డర్. ఫస్ట్ యూఐటి చెప్పిన తర్వాత ఇది అట్లా కుదరదు. Sanity, functional, retesting, regression testing, smoke testing, user acceptance testing. Okay, next one. Involving in test case executions. So what are test cases you are created, right? You are testing the application by executing as test cases. So I want to verify login function working properly or not. So before that, I have written some step-by-step process how to test a login functionality. What are the scenarios I have to test? What are the data I have to enter? Test case prepared. The test case same flow I am applying in the application for testing. That we are calling as what's involving in test case executions. Okay. During this execution, you are finding any mismatches, right? Reporting, defect reporting, and tracking. So you are created a defect to developer and you have to track the defect, whether developer is ready to fix or not. I would accept it when it's going to fix, when it is ready. Do I need any other information need to provide? So you have to track the defects. So defect reporting and tracking. Okay. Involving in status meetings and preparing status status. So every week or every day you have some status calls involving in that and you are providing the status. So these are the major responsibilities of a QA tester with respect to manual testing. This is with respect to manual, not automation. Automation side only untai, vere untai. Clear? So this is about the QA responsibilities. Okay? Can you read, madam?
Understanding software requirement documents like FRS, SRS, URS specification. Understanding software testing plan. Understanding RTL document. Preparing test cases for identified scenarios. Involving in test case reviews. Involving in sanity testing, functional testing, retesting, regression testing, smoke testing, and user acceptance testing. Involving in test case executions, defect reporting and tracking, involving in status meeting and preparing status.
You చెప్పండి sir.
Understanding software requirements like FRS, SRS, and user interface specification. Understanding software testing plan. Understanding requirement traceability matrix.
Very good.
document. Preparing test cases for identified scenarios. Involving in test case reviews. Involving in sanity testing, functional testing, retesting, regression testing, smoke testing, and user acceptance testing.
Okay.
Involving in test case executions, defect reporting and tracking. Involving in status meeting and preparing status.
Yes, okay, madam. Sir, Lekha, right? Hamsa Lekha. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And understanding software requirement documents like FRS, SRS, USPEC, understanding software testing plan, understanding RTM document, preparing test cases for
Identified scenarios.
involving in sanity testing, functional testing,
Okay.
retesting, regression testing.
Yeah. Hello?
I
Clear, right?
think your
Okay. Thank
voice is
Right.
break.
Okay. Right. Now. So we'll start with the chapter 1, okay? So basics only. Yeah. Yeah, I think network issue, Lekha.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's clear.
Right. Right. Okay. Right. Introduction of software testing, okay? So before learning introduction of software testing, what is software? Any idea? What is software?
Collection of computer programs.
Software is a collection of computer programs
which helps to perform a test.
which are used to
Perform a
perform any specific task. That is software, okay? For example, I want to display, I want a software to have a calculator options. Okay. So now I have prepared a code. This is one software. I want to perform some mathematical operations for given two values like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So I need a software. So I am feeling that it is difficulty to calculate with my own. I want to perform multiplication for 7 into 7. Difficult, right? 17 into 7 is difficult. So I'm thinking that I need a software for that. If I have a software, I can easily use I can perform my operations. So now this is a software. So software is a computer programs which are used to perform a specific task. Okay. Now this is software. So now whether the software is working properly or not. Now first number 10, second number 20. Now I'm clicking on this button. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. No, addition results working or not working? Subtraction results 10 minus 20, right? I am expecting what's minus 20, but displaying what's 30. This is software testing. This is only software testing. So software testing is a process of identifying mismatches. Now, this is 10 into 220, 200 working. 10 by 20, 0.5. So this is software. This is software. This software is working properly or not is software testing. So software is a collection of computer programs, okay, which are used to perform a specific task by computer. And whether that program or software working properly or not is called software testing. Okay, so we can give a multiple definitions of software testing actually. Here. Okay. Software testing is a process or activity to test customer requirements are working with the developer software or not. Or software is a testing is a process of identifying correctness, completeness and quality of developer software. Correctness ante whether it is working properly or not. Completeness means what, sir? For all the requirements it is developed or not. And quality, satisfaction or not. Software testing is the process of investigating about quality of a software. Whether the software is quality or not. That you are investigating, nothing but testing only. Software testing is the process of improving the quality of a software. So these are all the different definitions of software testing. Majorly, whether the software is working as per the requirements or not. That we are calling a software testing. So you are not a developer. You are not developing any software. Whether the developed software working properly or not. That I'm doing. That is testing. Okay. So if anybody asks, right, what is software testing? So software testing is an activity to test the customer requirements or matching with the developer software. Customer requirement ichinayi developer software lo work aitunayi lewa. So you are not working, right? I need a addition results for 2 numbers displaying. I need a subtraction results for 2 numbers, but not displaying here. I'm expecting a number 1 minus number 2, but it is also performing addition only. So this is a mismatch. This is a mismatch defect. Here, this kind of defects you have to find. That is your duty. So that is your 40,000 rupees salary. So where is my 40,000 rupees salary? Here only. Okay. Actually, you have to prove that software is not working. This is not working for subtraction results. You are breaking the software now. You are proving that the software is not working as per the requirement given. Clear? Now. Quality. So here. Investigating about quality. What's the meaning of quality? We can measure quality in 2 factors. Quality is nothing but customer satisfactions. Okay, so when the customer will satisfy? 2 factors. Technical and non-technical. Software should be bug-free. Software should be easy to use. Developed as per the end user requirements. Bug-free means what, sir? Without having any issues. Should work for all the functionalities. And software should be easy to use. Now. So which software you are using for social community now? Communities. Facebook ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కువ లీడింగ్ లో ఉంది. ఇన్స్టా కంటే ముందే ఏంటిది? ఫేస్బుక్ కంటే ముందే ఉంది. అంతకంటే ముందు ఆర్కుట్. మా చిన్నప్పుడు ఆర్కుట్ ఉండే. ఎందుకని? Software should be easy to use. Comparing to Orkut and then Facebook having more features. So most of the users are shifted from Orkut to Facebook. Okay. ఇప్పుడు Facebook అంటే ఇన్స్టాల్ ఎక్కువ more features ఉన్నాయి. So using Facebook decreased. Using Instagram is increased. Because customer satisfaction, quality. Better wrong, sir. Now, suppose if you want to take a bank account, which bank you prefer? SBI you prefer or ICICI Bank you prefer? Which bank you prefer? You want to open a banking account.
Yeah.
Whether you are preferring SBI or ICICI Bank. I prefer ICICI Bank because more user friendly.
Additional features for-
If I go SBI, all are old people only mostly. And if I, for any RTGS transaction, if I go, it takes nearly 1 hour. And if you see, if you observe the employees also, they don't know proper typing also. But in ICICI Bank, sir, did you find any old people working in ICICI Bank, sir? Huh? And also, of course, security wise, SBI, but work wise, performance wise, ICICI Bank is better, HDFC Bank is better. Right or wrong, sir? So I prefer HDFC like that. Because, my work will complete as soon as possible. And sometimes I don't require to go to bank also. And SBI people won't lift our calls also. They need a presence. It's user friendly, easy to use. Like that. So why are we shifting from Facebook to Instagram? Because of the user friendly, more features. So quality, your satisfaction. I'm coming from Boduppal to Amirpet. Amirpet to High-Tech City. High-Tech City to Boduppal. I'm preferring metro traveling because I'm satisfaction with that journey, safe side, like that. Time consuming. I mean, time, we can save time, secure, satisfaction. So I have different options are there. But I'm choosing a metro only because satisfaction. Easy to use. Early I can come. Okay. Now, you want to travel to Delhi. You prefer train or flight?
Flight.
Depends on your requirement. Okay. Flight or Delhi. I mean, flight or train. So satisfaction. Like that. Okay. Now, non-technical factors, software should be developed within that budget and within the time frame. So what is the agreed time? Within that time, the software should be developed and within the budget only software should be developed. Okay. What's the meaning of it is? So whenever they develop any software, first of all, the company will decide some funds for that. Okay. So now we are developing softwares and the software should require only for this budget. Within 1 year, our project should be completed. But developers, testers are involved in, but it is lagging. Instead of 6 months, they spend it 9 months. So 3 months hourly basis amount had to pay, right? Right or wrong, sir? So should not be crossing your budget. So first Bahubali movie planned for 100 crores, but now it happened for 300 crores, sir. No proper planning like that. But of course, they got our profits only, but telling. Okay, like that, okay? Now. Now, what's the requirement? So what's the requirement, okay? Are you married, sir? What are the requirements, sir?
The client customer.
ఇది కాదు సార్ మీ లైఫ్ గురించి రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్
Present job.
సో యువర్ పార్ట్నర్ షుడ్ బి జాబ్ హోల్డరా ఆర్ గవర్నమెంట్ జాబ్ ప్రైవేట్ జాబ్ సార్ సో దట్ ఇస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ యాక్చువల్లీ యువర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ మేడం ప్రాపర్ జాబ్ అంటే గవర్నమెంటా లేకపోతే ప్రైవేటా ప్రైవేట్ ఎంప్లాయ్ నో యూ వోంట్ ప్రిఫర్ గవర్నమెంట్ జాబ్ పీపుల్ వై మేడం something have requirement, right? Same way with respect to software also we have some requirements. Your expectations with respect to software are called requirements. Okay. Now we have a banking application. How can I access? First of all, you have to enter username and password. If those are valid, then only you can access the applications. That's my requirement. My bank are having a different users are there. So I need a different login functionalities requirement. Okay, this user one can access only these options. See, Amazon. So whenever you are buying any item, right? So you have an options, right? Prime member can have this only. The prime number, 2 days, 3 days, like that. Expectations, those are requirements. So expectation with respect to softwares are called requirements. So basically we have two types of requirements, okay? Functional, non-functional. As a tester, I'm testing both functional as well as non-functional, okay? Performing operations on application and validating is called functional. See sir, this is our QBank application. This is my project, this we are going to discuss. See sir, non-functional testing ante, I'm not performing anything, just I'm going to verify whether my page is working, looking good or not. Logo displaying properly or not. Spelling mistakes, displaying correctly or not. That is non-functional. You are not performing anything. But the functional means QBank, password 123. You are entering something, you are performing some operation with respect to the application, and then you are verifying login working properly. This is functional requirements. If I click on logout, logout successfully or not, this is functional. Okay. See sir, there is a bug actually. Did you remember this? What is the bug sir here? Defective. See, without entering password, clicking on login. Defective. Come on sir, should not take that, right? It is allowing the previously entered data. Should not. Mali the banking application. Okay. See here. Here I have two versions are there. Version 1 and version 2. In version 1, we have a fully of defects are there. You have to identify those defects. Then we have version 2. We'll test in version 2. Wantedly we created like this. So you have to know the difference, right? Whenever a defect, tracking a defect, after defect is working, then how? But wantedly we have made some defects in this version 1. We have version 2 also there. Now see sir, without entering password, it is accepting the previously entered password, should not. Then where is security? Suppose I log out button and pakka goyanu. Now is logging. Then where is my security for my accounts? Right or wrong? Now. Now. See, any defects are there, any non-functional defects are there, spelling mistakes. I'm not performing anything, okay? See, the spelling is wrong. Come on, sir. Wrong. This marital status is actually spelling wrong. This is UI. This is non-functional defect. If I enter data and click on submit, not working, that is functional. So you're performing something on the application and testing is functional. You are not performing anything, okay? Just your look and feel verifying, spellings verifying, fields overlapping, field spellings, logos, that we are calling as what's a non-functional. As a tester, I'm testing both functional as well as non-functional. Okay. Now we have a terminology called as errors, defects, bugs, and failures. If errors, defects, bugs, and failures. Errors ante whenever developers are writing a program code, right, and they are testing themselves, right, if they are finding any mismatches, those we are calling as errors. So errors are nothing but mistakes in a program code, and these are found by developers. Okay. You are finding any errors? No, I'm not writing a program code, right? So I'm not finding any errors. Now defect means whenever I'm testing, whenever tester is testing the software, if they're finding any mismatches, those we are calling as defects. So now I'm a tester, I'm testing the software, And now you found one defect, right? Mismatch is right. That we are calling a defect. Okay, so defect is a mismatch in between your expected and then application behavior. And these are found by testers during testing. Bug also same, but found by clients in UAT. I tested my application, and then what next? I had to hand over this application to the client. Okay, so will client will accept and then they will pay the money? No, right? They will cross check. Whenever they are cross checking and they're finding this kind of mismatches, those we are calling as a bugs. Now tell me, sir, are you expecting any defects in your job, sir? That is my job. Defects కనుక్కోవాలి కదా మనం. డిఫెక్ట్స్ అంటే ఏంటిది? మిస్మ్యాచెస్. ఎప్పుడు మీట్స్ టెస్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు. Whenever you're testing a software, you are expecting some defects, right? You have to find some defects, right? You have to find some mismatches, right? దాని డిఫెక్ట్స్ అంటాం మనం. అంటే the tester as many as defect you have to found. I mean, you have to find it. That is your duty. So now you are saying that this application I tested, you cross check. Whenever other person is cross checking your tested software, are they need to find any defect mismatches, sir? No, right? If they're finding any mismatch, nothing but what, sir? You haven't tested properly. అంతేనే కదా? అంటే టెస్టర్ గా I'm expecting more defects, but no bugs. Okay? Now failures. Client also tested, it is working fine, they're thinking it's working fine, and then they released into the market. But the person who is using that application, they found some mismatches that we are calling as the failures. So are you expecting any failures? No. Are you expecting any defects? My job. Are you expecting any bugs? No. Are you expecting any failures? No. Are you expecting any errors?
No.
That is not my job. I'm not writing a program code. Developers. Once again, are you expecting any errors?
No.
That is not my job. I'm not writing any programs. Error means what's the mistakes in a program code. A defective?
Yes.
That is my job. Mismatches in between your expected and then application behavior, and these are found during testing by tester. Bugs. Mismatches between your expected and application behavior, these are found after testing during UAT, user acceptance testing by client. Mismatches found during usage of the application. So when the end user can use it, after development and testing is over. So if you are not tested properly, client, I mean your user is facing some issues. Then means what, sir? You haven't tested properly. So I am not expecting any bugs and failures. I'm expecting 100% defects. Clear? And client, developer, and one more thing. Developer, QA, customer, or client, or end user. Developer means what, sir? Who develop the software. QA means what, sir? Who test the software. Who has some requirements.
Right.
You know, customers. End user means what, sir?
Yeah.
Who are using the applications. Client may use or not, we don't know. But end user, the application using by the customers. Those were calling as the end users. I'm an end user for my HDFCbank.com because I have salary account in my HDFC Bank. Okay, so those were calling end users. Failures are found by end users. Bugs are found by customers or clients. Defects are found by QA. Errors are found by developer. Defects, bugs, failures, terminal is same, but situation is different. QA చేస్తే defects, customer or client చేస్తే bugs, end user found చేస్తే failures. Okay, so this is about the basic chapter 1 completes.
Sir, నాకు doubt.
చెప్పండి.
టెస్టింగ్ చేస్తుంటే డిఫెక్ట్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాను.
అవును.
అది డెవలపర్ కి రిపోర్ట్
చేయాలి.
చేయాలి. బగ్ అని అంటారు కదా.
డిఫెక్ట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్
బగ్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్
అంటాం కానీ డిఫెక్ట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ యాక్చువల్గా డిఫెక్ట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ అదేంటంటే డిఫెక్ట్ బగ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ అన్ని సేమే. బగ్ లైఫ్ బగ్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఫెయిల్యూర్ వచ్చినప్పుడు డిఫెక్ట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు సైకిల్ సేమే. బట్ ద సిచ్యువేషన్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్. క్యూఏ చేస్తే డిఫెక్ట్, కస్టమర్కు వస్తే బగ్, ఎండ్ యూజర్కి వస్తే ఫెయిల్యూర్ అంతే. సో as a tester, I'm expecting more defects. This is my job. So is it fine, Lekha?
ఎస్ ఇఫ్ ఇప్పుడు UAT లో టెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు దాని బగ్ అంటారు
Bug
కదా
and
లైక్
yeah, bug.
Ah.
So whenever testing in UAT and you are finding any mismatches, bug. In
ఇప్పుడు
SIT,
PDT లో చేస్తున్నప్పుడు దాన్ని బగ్ అంటారా
bug.
లేకపోతే
Pre-production లే కదా, pre-prod లో
Yeah.
production లో
ఓకే
bug. So whenever testers from client side or clients are testing, that is a bug. End user found mismatches, that is failure. So real-time users are finding mismatches. That we are calling as a failure. Clear?
ఓకే
Any other questions? So if you don't have any questions, thank you. And tomorrow at what time? 10:30, levels of testing. Chapter number 4, 2, 3 మిగిలినాయి. 3 chapter, third chapter వచ్చేసి just testing techniques, black box and white box ఉంది. Second chapter వచ్చేసి SDLC process. ఒక వీకెండ్ లేపేసుకుంటాను, ఓకేనా? బట్ టుమారో 10:30కి రండి. క్లియర్ లేక?
ఓకే
కాలేదు మోడల్స్ వాళ్ళకు కూడా కాలేదు, ఓన్లీ SDLC అయిపోయింది అంతే. అది చెప్తాను నేను. అజైల్ మోడల్ చెప్తాను. అజైల్ మోడల్ కంప్లీట్ కాలేదు. లీడింగ్ యాక్చువల్లీ అజైల్ మోడల్. Yeah, that I will explain. Clear? So tomorrow 10:30. Okay, 10:30 to 11:30, 11:45 like that. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
థ్యాంక్ యూ